Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. We are live. It is Friday, right? How's everyone this morning? How are we doing, guys? Everybody doing good? It's Friday. Bitcoin's already moving this morning. We got the U.S. market coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll see what it gives us. Let's see who's in here. We got a poll in chat. If you guys get a chance, hit up that poll. Let me know what you think. Is there anything left in Bitcoin? Anything at all? Or is it just dump all it down? Dirt breakdown. Brown dirt breakdown. Talked about that yesterday, guys. We got the blue sky breakout. We got the brown dirt breakdown. We made that up. Don't let, if you hear anybody else using it, you heard it here first. It just came to me on a whim yesterday. Max, good morning. Jane International. Ooh, we got a superstar in the house, y'all. Look, she's got one of those fancy little check marks by her name. That means she has over 100,000 subscribers. Jane International. Danos, my guy. West Coast. What's up, man? Hawkborn. Brown dirt breakdown. That's right. You heard it here first. Anthony Lee Crypto. John the Mod. John the Mod. Hawkborn's doing good. Well, at least one of us is doing good, right? We're all doing good. It's a good day. We're alive. The Lord has blessed us with another day on this earth. Another day of trading Bitcoin and altcoins. It's a good day. Carrie Benz. Morning, bro. Morning. Guys, if we get a trade today, I'm on MEXC today. MEXC trading.us. Y'all know the two bigger, really three trades I'm looking for, but two in the immediate short term here. I would like to see, and we'll go over this a little more in detail. We talked about this yesterday. I would like to see a move here, and then come up to our red box for a fake out, and then move down to the big side. And then, of course, down here we got, I don't have the boxes on here. We got our bigger levels down here. That's where I'm looking for the big moves, right? Big move. That's exaggerated. Don't make confuse you. So we got our level down here somewhere. I've got the box. You saw the box. I posted it in Discord this morning. Got the box down here, looking for a move down there, then looking for a move back up into this range. Something like this, dance around in the summer, come down, swoop this lower, at least a double bottom, and then move up and out, right? So I'm looking for these trades. I'm looking for hopefully one, let me label these up, 1, 2, and 3 in the immediate short term. Pretty big trades, guys. Let's see. And this is not going to be exact to the dang dollar. But come down to our box. Look, we're about a 15% trade up. Then we're going to come down somewhere in the area of about a 30% move down. And then we're going to come back up to that same dang zone for about a 35-40% move back up. And then I expect a lot of chop in this value area range. So looking for 3 big trades coming within the next month, okay? We got a lot of little trades in between, right? But 3 big trades coming within the next month. These will not be quick TP trades. These will be the trades I take on KCEX. I have that account loaded up, ready to go when these trades present themselves. And in the meantime, I'm just hitting a little scalperoonies on MEXC. MEXC trading.us or KCEXtrading.com. All right, guys. Anybody got any updates today? Anything good to talk about? Anybody? Anybody hitting up these trades with me, guys? We've had the altcoin trades mostly is what we've been working with. Anybody been hitting these altcoin trades? I'd be interested to see if any of you are making profit on those. You should be in profit. I'm in profit, so if you're following my trades, which not financial advice, you should never do that. But I'm just saying, if you are, then you're definitely in profit. Also, John the Mod. Yes, definitely. I clicked off. John the Mod is following the trades. I figured you were, bro. I just like to ask. I'm just trying to chat you guys up. Max closed the Fetch AI trade this morning. Thanks for doing that. Made over $500 on this. John said the alts have performed so well. Can't express how much relief I feel to know I can't get liquidated. Yeah, you can't get liquidated on these. You can't lose on these alts. Unless you go to zero. I've explained it 1,000 times. Unless your coin goes to zero, and we're nowhere near the tops of any of these coins. We'll just go to one here. I have, of course, I have Fetch AI pulled up. We're nowhere near the top of any of these, right? Nowhere near the top. Top's way up here. So unless your coin goes to zero, even if you get in a bad trade somewhere here, even if you do buy alts here and they come down, the only way you can lose is if you sell, because I don't see this coin not coming back up above current level because we're so far down. I mean, most of these alts, this is already down 95%. So even if you get in a bad trade here and you got to hold it for a little while, chances are you're coming back up, you're going to make profit. So you could choose to sell for a loss, but that's your choice. You cannot get liquidated on a spot trade. And there's a lot of money to be made. We showed you these. I started 2 accounts, guys. For those of you that do not know, I started 2 accounts, 2 altcoin accounts. One with 50,000 US dollars, the other one with 55,000 US dollars. The 50,000 US dollars I showed yesterday is at 58K. It's up $8,000. And I just sold my Fetch AI this morning on this pump on the 55K account, which is now at 71.6. So it's up $16,000. And I bought. I had somebody message me in Discord say, I don't remember you giving this trade yesterday. You didn't give it to us. I literally took this trade live on stream yesterday, so I'm sorry if folks didn't tune into the live stream. But you guys remember, I took it and I pulled my screen over. I said, look, it's filling right now. That was me buying my alts. So I literally took it live on stream. I don't know that I went and posted it in Discord. But I anticipated you Discord folks being here on the stream, so you got it. I mean, you could have certainly bought at the same time I bought and take advantage of this pump. And that's what we did. Made like, I don't know, $1,700, $1,300. I don't know what it was. It was less than 2,000, more than 1,000. I remember that. A quick, easy trade in like 18 hours. All right, let's go look at Bitcoin. So we had some news this morning. Did anybody trade the news release? Anybody trade the news release? I got a little flashbang coming for you guys. Hey, watch your eyes. There it is. So we had the news release this morning, CPI data, and this is not updated. I hope it updates. You know, I have problems with this on the website. Sometimes it updates, sometimes it doesn't. It always does on my phone. Either way, if it doesn't update, there it is. Well, it was showing. Just take my word for it. It was bullish. CPI was bullish. Okay, bullish news CPI. And you saw the result. We'll go down to the 1-minute chart. There it is. There it is. There's the release right there. No 5-minute chart. You see the news release right in here. These big green candles. And since then, they've kind of retraced most of it. But Max Long made 450. Nice job. Just a news release, guys. Just a quick pump and dump. Could it continue in the U.S. Opens? We'll find out in a few minutes. But the market, let's be clear, guys. The market is very bearish. If this was 6, 8, 9 months ago, let's go to 15 minutes so we can zoom out a little bit. We were at 67K when that news was released. Went to 67.5, somewhere in there. If this was 8, 9 months ago, price would still be going up. Okay, you would have had a $2,000, $1,500, $2,000 pump easily. Easily. This is how bearish it is. You could not even close a candle above the point of control. It's very, very bearish. Hot Bomber's sleeping. You guys set alarm for these days. I told you guys all week this was a massive, massive report. I mean, you got like a $600, $700 pump in like 2 minutes. It's a lot of money that can be made on that with leverage. Anyway, this is how bearish the market is. Let me show you how bearish the market is, guys. You need to pay attention to this. For those of you that have never been through a bear market, you need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. I think I posted in Discord the other day about I've never heard of them, Top Step prop firm. There's smoke, there's fire, possibly going under. They're probably a smaller little prop firm exchange, but they may be the first this cycle, but they will not be the last. I'm going to show you something. You're going to have some big exchanges, some exchanges that catch you off guard that are going to go under, and when they do, first of all, they're going to freeze your funds. They're going to freeze everybody's funds. Because there's an old saying in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. So if you're holding it on their wallet, their exchange, their wallet, it's technically not yours. The U.S. Coinbase is the only one that is regulated by the SEC, Security Exchange Commission in the U.S. So any other exchange, they're not regulated. They can absolutely take your money anytime they want. It's bad for business. They don't like to do that. But if they're going under, they're desperate, right? There will be exchanges crash. Maybe not the biggies, although last cycle FTX, which was the biggest of them all, went under completely. So it could happen, but there are going to be some larger, maybe not the biggest, but some larger exchanges that go under. And when they do, they're going to freeze your funds, number one. But even if you're not on that exchange, price is going to tank. The market's going to sell off massively, okay? The U.S. is on an extreme, U.S. government is on an extreme verge of another shutdown. It's already actually technically partially shut down, but not fully. But if it fully shuts down, or talking about that could happen as early as Monday. Dump. Let's look at something else. This is not good what I'm about to show you, okay? A leading indicator for the crypto market, and we need, I'm going to show you a bunch of bad stuff today, guys. I'm sorry. We may get a little pump to 72K, okay? We could get that, mostly out of a liquidation, right? Come liquidate all these lower highs, right? Pump on up there. So you got to see, this is easy. You get just a little baby momentum. You can come liquidate all of this stuff, right? Okay? You just got to get above about 68.4, 68.5, somewhere in there. But I'm sorry, Dirt Road Breakdown is close. Okay, we've shown it on the technicals. Okay, I've shown you countless technicals that show this. You got the circles, you got the bear leg fractal. We've gone over this countless times. Here you go, boom. The bear cross, like how I put the picture in there. Look at that, guys. Got the bear cross here of the 5 and 13. We're already under that now. We're counting down the days. We're looking for, you know, anywhere from a month to 6-7 weeks, probably at the most. And we are, before we're at the bottom, and we are on day 24. So we're pretty close. Within the next 3 weeks, we should be there. Within the next 3 weeks. You see the green box. Look, I'll move the picture in case you're confused. You see the green box. Should be there in the next 3 weeks or so. Okay. Can we move up a little first? Sure you can. Just like you did here. You're headed down. Look how similar this looks. Look at this. Look how similar this looks. Look how similar it looks. And then right there it went bang, bang, right? So it wouldn't surprise me to see a bang, bang, just like that. Wouldn't surprise me at all. In fact, that's what we're calling for. That is what we're calling for, in fact. I posted this in Discord yesterday. I'll show you guys. They already got it. Discord already got it. But this is what I'm looking for. A little move down. So we may not even get this move down with bullish CPI. We may not get this move down. No, that's okay. We'll just miss this. But I'm looking for a move there. And then a move down to our target. Okay. I would like to see this move first. CPI may save the day on this. Maybe not. I'm going to show you why maybe not, though. And then straight down. Okay. That's what we're looking for. But anyway, when these exchanges start going under, and they will, it could get bad very, very fast. Take a look at this, guys. Some of this is gonna be a little flashbang on the next couple screens, so prepare your eyes. Coinbase earnings came out. Two-thirds of a $1 billion, that's $667 million loss. Coinbase is a leading indicator for the crypto market, okay? We're going to go look at Coinbase price in a minute. U.S. market's open, by the way. It's moving up. Bullish news, moving up. We'll see. Coinbase, big loss. Let me show you something worse. There's an old saying, on a sinking ship, even the rats know to get off a sinking ship, right? I'm not saying Coinbase is going, going under. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has sold $500 million in his Coinbase stock over the last 9 months. Not good, guys. Not good. Not good at all, guys. When you start to see this stuff, guys, it's smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, and it doesn't mean fire for Coinbase necessarily, although Coinbase does not look good with almost $1 billion loss. Okay, but it's smoke for the whole market. Okay, the rats are getting off the ship. What are the rats are getting off? BlackRock loaded up to dump on you again this morning. You can see all these. I don't even know how many it is. About 10 Bitcoin transactions, all of them 300 Bitcoin except this one 100. So like 10 or 12, 300, 3,000. I don't know. It's a lot. It's almost 4,000 Bitcoin they've loaded up to dump on you. It's a lot of money, guys. It's like 300 million or so. It's a lot of money. The rats are getting off the ship. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Don't be the bait, okay? Don't be the one that sees price start to go and think, oh, the low is in. No, it's not. No, it's not. They just don't want you to go with them, right? They want to induce you to go long so they can take your money and sell all theirs. Remember, to have sellers like BlackRock, like Coinbase, like Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, to have sellers, you have to have buyers. To have buyers in a fearful market, you have to convince them that all is well, that everything's okay. They will convince you. They'll be very convincing. You'll start to see ads come out about how the bottom is in. Kramer will be spouting off about how Bitcoin is going back to 100K. All of that is designed to make you want to buy as they're selling on you. Every bit of it. It's coming, guys. Just I know I harp on it, but I want you to be ready for it. And it's tradable. It's very tradable. You just have to know what to look for. We're looking for a swing of this high, and then a move down, way lower than this, way lower. Brown dirt breakdown. As West Coast just said, BDB. Yes, looking for the BDB. But I would actually like to see this first. Right? This low right here does not suit this low, so it's not setting a new low, so it's not our ultimate low that we're looking for. I would just like to see this, trade it to there, short, big short down here at about 50K-ish. Things get nasty, guys. I know you think I'm crazy. If things get nasty, Bitcoin can go back into the 30s. I'm not even kidding. If you see something like Coinbase go under, Bitcoin can go to the 30s. Quickly. You know what that looks like? That would look like this. Where Bitcoin bottomed way down here where nobody said it could bottom. Way down here at 17, go from $69K to $17,000. Bottom, sure bottom, good bottoming structure, double bottom here looks good. You pump all the way up 45%. And then you know what happens? FTX goes under and drives you all the way down to 15K. I mean, that's quite a drop from the pump up to 25K. That's another 40% down. If Coinbase or something like that went under while Bitcoin was around 50K, another 40% from right here. Yeah, you could go into the 20s, guys. 30s, it absolutely can happen. Don't even get me started with MicroStrategy sales. If MicroStrategy sells, Bitcoin could go near zero. And I'm not kidding you. I don't think they're going to sell, but you better watch out. MicroStrategy is not looking good, guys, and they're the world's largest holder of Bitcoin. And I don't know if all of it, but it sure looks like all of it is on Coinbase, ready to be sold. I've showed you guys this. You can look at it at Arkham. Go to Arkham Intel, right? And you can pull up MicroStrategy. Now, in fairness, you can go to Outflows. All of this, all look at this. Each one of these is about 300 Bitcoin. And there's pages and pages and pages and pages of them. And pages and pages. And pages and pages and pages. And they're all of them, sitting on Coinbase custody wallet. They're not off the exchange in some cold storage wallet somewhere. They're right here, all of them. And they've been there for over a month. It's scary, guys. You just need to be prepared. Be careful. Be careful. If you start to see anything that says, first of all, if MicroStrategy sells, they're probably going to sell it all at once. But if you start to see anything that they sold even one Bitcoin, you better get short, and you better get short fast. In my opinion, not financial advice. Because if they sell even one, they're probably fixing to offload. And that's going to be bad. I mean, that you talk about crashing the market. You've never seen a market crash until you see MicroStrategy if they offload all their Bitcoin. Goodness gracious. They have 20, just right here. Just right here. They probably have more than this. But just right here on Coinbase, they have $27 billion worth of Bitcoin. Billion. We're talking about BlackRock dumping the market today with like $400 million. This is $27 billion. Bitcoin's selling off, guys. Taking back that fake pump. That's why it's such a good trade to take a news report. You trade in the direction of the news report. You reverse it at US Open because they're not going to let you have that free money, guys. And I know we could have taken this trade. This was an easy trade. But I think it's far more important that you're aware of what's fixing to happen. If you're still holding altcoins, I don't mean to, I mean other than this little bit of trading altcoins, if you're still holding bags from last cycle and you're holding out hope, listening to somebody that your coin is going somewhere, you need to stop. You need to stop. Bitcoin's selling off. Trying to pull up my MEXC. It's lagging on me over here. Sorry, I'm watching it for just a second. Trying to see what it's going to do. We got the 8:45 coming up in just a couple of minutes. Anyway, I think I've harped on the potential disaster that's coming. I think I've harped on that enough. I didn't mean to make you scared. I would just want to make you aware, not scared, but aware of what can happen. So if you are trading, especially if you're longing, make sure you're using good risk management and have your stop losses in correct places. If you're not sure where those places are, get in the Discord. If you don't understand and you're in the Discord, shoot me a DM. I'll be happy to explain it to you. Although we're not in any longs right now, so. We got 8:45 coming up in just a minute. We'll see what they want to do. Where's the 5-minute chart? Trying to bounce this thing. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Good little bounce. Good dump. Good bounce. This is why we love the U.S. market. West Coast has $27 billion worth of Bitcoin. Well, bro, listen. I don't know if insider trading laws apply to Bitcoin, but you let us know which way you're going to move that stuff, man. You let us know if you're going long, you're going short. You just let us know. Speaking of that, guys, if you guys are in Discord and you are trading, you know, I post the trade setups that I'm looking for, and we do some live trading here and there. But if you guys see trade setups, share them with the group. There's other guys in there looking for trades, and they're learning. So if you're looking for a particular trade, maybe it's you know, a golden pocket pullback, especially if it has confluence with a daily or a weekly level or something like that. If you see a trade setup coming up, SFP, if something, you know, feel free to share it, guys. You guys, I would like to see y'all become a community and help each other. That would be great. Nice little bounce here for Bitcoin. Wow. Look at this wick. That's crazy. All right, here's 845. Just opened 845. No vector candle here yet. That could have been the vector where they induced you the candle before, though. Only to take it higher. It was bullish news. It was bullish news. Might be good if they SFP this right here, though. Let's take a look. Drop to the 1 minute. They just took it. Let's see. You do have divs. You have 1 minute divs. 3 minute divs, but you don't have an SFP yet. See if they got anything back here to SFP. Way up here. No trade. They really didn't come down very low. It's not really an area I would have looked for them to turn price around. Asia high, UK high are taken out. Asia low. All right, well, they're just moving this thing up right now, guys. I don't like it. I can't take this trade right here. The risk to reward is not there because they could just, let me turn the VWAP off. They could just come take this high that we're almost at here. This should be a good high to take right there and turn it around. Or this could be the news catalyst they need to send it up to our 72.2. I don't know, but I can't take this. Now, if they start confirming above this 68.4-ish, if they start confirming above that, then we could look for some potential breakout longs because they'll be getting into this good stuff here. But as is, you can't long from here to here. The risk to reward is terrible because your stop would have to be below point of control. However, two trades that could present themselves right here are a quick SFP here back down, or if they do take the high here and don't SFP it, but they bullishly backtest here, and you see the bounce from this, you could look for the breakout because they start to get into these liquidity spikes here. You could have a fast move up. You'd have a lot of trap traders. I haven't done that yet, though, so in this area, these are the only two trades. SFP down or breakout, retest, long. And those are the only two trades for me from right here. If we lose point of control again, I think we lose it. So if they do come down here, I would be interested in a bearish back test. Short trade down. Same deal on the bottom side. Same deal. You got all these right here. You can get into this, can take it all. Come into our target here, our green box. You got the golden pocket here. I don't have my dang green box at the golden pocket because there's no confluence here. I like the 702 daily 786 confluence of this box, a little more support. The only reason to bounce it here is just because it's a 618. There's nothing there. There's no reason to bounce it there. None. Oops. I'm just drawing lines now. There's no real reason to take it there. Even your wick lows down here. Yeah, you got some wicks here. But those aren't good wicks. You already have a good low right here. You already have a good low here where you set the first low here, and then you came and took it out. So this is mitigated. So the next low would be here, which is going to be in our green box area. So I just don't like this as much. You could get a little reaction here, but I think it would be failed to come into our area. And that's the long trade that I'm looking for. Right? See what I'm saying? These lows here that were set were already taken out before moving away to the upside. So most of this is mitigated. This was not. So there's no point, not much point anyway, of taking just this and turning price around when your liquidity is there. So you look for move down into there, at least into 702. Get the daily right below it. You could quick wick the 702. Move back up. And that would put you in our green box. But again, I know this is messy. I'm going to clear it up. You could get a little move into here, and just because you got bots, so many bots are programmed to automatically buy or long at a 618, you could get a little move up, but ultimately I think it would be right back down before then getting the bigger bounce. This is not tradable though, guys. As of now, you're still just staring at lower lows and lower highs the whole way down, the whole way down, the whole way down, the whole way down. As of now, this is the key. If you can't just break it, remember, a lot of people just first candle up, let's long, and then they swing failure pattern and come back. You got to wait for the break, the confirmation above, and then wait for the back test. Then long. If you don't get all three of those, I can't long. All right, we'll come back to it. Drop your alts in chat, guys. If you want me to look at any alts, we've been looking at these altcoins the last few days. We've had some really good altcoin trades. We're up $24,000 in 12 days. We're averaging $2,000 a day. One of those trades I got like $7 grand on though. So either way, averages is averages, right? Drop your alts in chat. We'll take a look at them if you like. And somebody had messaged me earlier that they had sold Fetch AI with me, and then it went up like another 1.5%, and they were wondering why I sold. Because it is what it is. I just sell. I'm not trying to time the tops. I'm not trying to figure all that out. I know that we're going lower. In my opinion, I believe we're going lower on these alts, right? I'm not trying to be rude. We got to a point where I was comfortable with my percentage gain on that move. I believe we're going lower, okay? I believe we're coming here, if not here, maybe even here. I don't know yet. But if we go a little higher, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. The only reason I would not be okay with this going a little higher is if it weren't coming back. And then I'd be kicking myself. But I believe it's coming back. So if I get 1 or 2%, 3%, 5%, I'm okay selling, taking my profits. I don't care if I sell at 5% and it goes to 7%, okay. Because I still believe it's coming back. And in the meantime, I'm going to take my 2 and 3% profits, right? 2 and 3% profits, 5% profits, 6% profits. I'm going to take these every time. This is known as buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip, but I'm selling the top, selling the top, selling the top too, or near the top, or whatever. I don't know if we've looked at those. Let's take a look at them, though. I can't remember. Aptos. Let's take a look at Aptos. This looks awful. This could be the worst one I've seen. I don't even want to do this. I really don't even want to do this. First of all, you got the opening. You can't count this opening candle. I mean, you opened at like $1, and in the same freaking week, you ran up to $100. That's just dumb. That's 100x in 1 week. And then you nothing but H straight down. A big old H straight down. This looks like a freaking... You know what this looks like, guys. Come on, you know what this looks like, guys. Besides terrible, you know what this looks like. You know what this looks like. Well, it's not letting me do it. You know what this looks like. I'm not knocking you, John Boy. This looks awful, though. This could be the worst chart I've ever seen. I mean, look at that. Giant stiletto pattern. And it absolutely just rolled off the heel there. You couldn't... If you gave me this stuff free right now, I would sell it instantly. I'm sorry, bro. This looks terrible. I don't even know what this is, but this has scam written all over it. So started at $1, ripped to $100, and now you're back below $1. This is awful. This is awful. Sorry, bro. We'll check out your OP. We maybe have a little do-over here. Not much. Not much. Here's the problem with these coins, guys. These are brand new coins. I mean, yeah, it's been out a couple years, but there's no history of it. This is terrible. It's terrible. It was released basically where we are last cycle, and this last bear leg down. This is not quite as bad as Aptos, but this is... I don't even know what to say. The problem with coins that haven't been around for a real bear market, and I guess you can kind of count this as the bear market. This was the bottom of the bear market last cycle. And if that's the case, and you've taken out your all-time low by this much, this is terrible. I mean, you've taken out your all-time low. I don't mean down from the all-time high. You have taken out your all-time low by 60%. And this was the bear market. This right here, June of 2022. This is when you set the low. This is the low that we're looking at on this chart right here. Right here. Right here. Boom. This is the low that we're working on right now. You set this on the OP. What is this, optimism? Anyway, you're 60% below your bear market low last time. That is awful. Awful. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to knock you, bro. But this is bad. Salt chain with C, MNT. When we get a good one, I'm actually going to do some TA on it. But I'm not even going to waste my time on those two. Sorry. It's just terrible. Okay. This is like the inverse of what we just looked at, right? Look, the others look like this. This is what you want to see in a chart. The others look like that. This one looks like that. All right, that's kind of what you want to see. The problem with this coin, here's the problem with this coin. It hasn't been through a bear market, so it's hard to say where it's going, right? There's no history. It came out here in, at least on this chart, unless there's a chart that has more history. I doubt it. I don't really see anything. No. So all this is pretty much bull run for the most part. So you don't really know where it's going, but we can still. That's really hard. It's really freaking hard when you don't have any price action. What is up with my chart colors? What is going on here? Oh well, we'll deal with it. These are supposed to be blue, red, and blue, and this is a weird color. I don't know what happened. Anyway, something's up. Anyway, so you've already came and you've taken out your October 10th low. You have taken out your value area low, but you got all-time lows down here. I certainly think at a minimum you would come take this low at a minimum, because we're not done going down, which means pretty much no coin is done. The bottom's not in for any coin, I don't believe. But I certainly think you at least come take that out. That would give you about another 25-30% drop. Oh gosh, this actually looks like it could get very bad. You've got, oh my gosh, this is going to get really bad. This coin, do not buy this coin yet, not financial advice. But look at these, this vector is mitigated. This one is not, nor is this one, nor is this one. And look at this volume gap right here, guys. Look at this volume gap, okay? If you come down again, and if you lose, gosh. If you lose value area low here, guys, you're literally fixing to come to 37, 40 cents, somewhere in here. Look at this volume gap. If you close a daily candle below this value area low at about 54 cents, if you close a daily candle, I really think your next stop is 36, 37, 40 cents, somewhere in there. I mean, you could chop along the way. However, I'll tell you what I don't like about it. So you know how we look at other coins and we look at worst possible scenarios, right? Okay, so first of all, I think you come to about 40 cents here. And we look for a series of lower highs, right? Because there's liquidity there, right? So you want to see stuff like this, right? You want to see stuff like this. Because you can come up, and if you hit into these liquidity spikes, you can really rip up to them. There's incentive to come take liquidity here, because this liquidity was not taken by this, and this liquidity was not taken by this, and so on and so forth, right? But here you don't have that. This took all of this. So all this is wiped out by this, and this was the top, and you know nobody shorted the top. And by the time you realize, so a lot of people that came here, they would have said, okay, by the time you get here, you realize that's the top, okay, but we're not shorting until we get a pullback, right? Not short until we get a pullback, because you can't short this far down. So you can get your pullback, and people would have shorted here. And then you know to put your stop above the next high, but nobody's dumb enough to put their stop up here when you short right here, right? That's just terrible. You wouldn't do that, right? Because to do that, I mean, you got to come way up here with the stop. And even if you're targeting value area low, you're at like a 0.5%, 0.5 to 1. That's terrible. That's awful. It's not even a 1 to 1. So what did they do? So people that shorted right there at that area, which there's some people that would have shorted right there, their stop is barely above there. Their stop is barely above. The liquidity is barely above there. Okay? So they would have shorted here. I don't know. Stop somewhere in there. Maybe 1% above. Something like that. But they did not go way up here. So this is your worst and probably best case scenario for this coin. So if you do come down here to value area low, you're only looking at about a 200% gain there. I don't like it. Now if you came in down here to about 40 cents, which is where I think you're going, you're looking at about a 250% gain. I just don't like this coin. We've looked at far better coins. Now, it is better than Aptos and OP. Much. But as far as evaluating coins liquidity standpoint, worst case scenario, we've looked at several better coins where their worst case scenario is 4, 5, 600%. And this one, best case scenario, worst case scenario, worst case scenario. Where your target should be if we don't have just a blow off altcoin market next cycle. This one's only 250, assuming we come to about 40 cents. So I would pass on this coin, even though it doesn't look terrible. It just hasn't proven itself to, like, it's not weak. Like, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look strong either. Like, it just looks okay. You know what I mean? It just looks okay. It looks stable, because this is stability. I mean, it's not like Forex stability, but it's crypto stability, right? So it doesn't look bad. It just, there are far better opportunities, in my opinion. Bart? Are you talking about a Bart Simpson pattern, Thanos, or is there a coin named Bart? Paul Logan, what's up, bro? Dagbjord, my favorite Icelander, wants to see Solana. Let's take a look at Solana. Haven't looked at Solana in a minute. I got Sol saved on here. Let's see. All right. So we talked about this. We looked at this a week or two ago, and we had not taken our. We had not taken this, and I told you we would. I had not taken this low. I know that we hadn't taken it because it's still on here. I would have removed it. So we'll put it back on. So we hadn't taken that, nor had we taken this one. I told you we would take it. I remember this coin. I told you this massive imbalance. It looks just like XRP. You got this massive imbalance here. There's no volume here. Look, when you came through it this time, straight line. When you came down, straight line. When you came up, straight line. And I anticipate the exact same here, straight line down, at least to this weekly level. And you can see that's when you kind of start picking up some volume here anyway. Solana's headed at a minimum to about 22 bucks. But you're probably, I got the green box down here. You're probably headed somewhere around $15, $12 to $17, somewhere in here. This is my target I've had on here. I like it. But you have to know, if you're one of those folks that's, and I'm not saying anyone is, but if you're one of those folks that's holding on to Solana, thinking Solana had this big bullish run up and it can't come down, everything can and will come down. But just look at the area if you're not sure, okay? You see where you are? Let me mark out. This where current price is, right there. If you lose this line, look what's happened every single time you've lost this line before, right? That's all you gotta do. Look, just straight line, no support, right? Give me the blue arrow. No support. When you lost this line again here, no support, right? When you, same thing here, no support in this area, right? There's just no support. So you have to expect the same thing. Your first bit of support comes in right here, about 30 bucks. At this spike right here, this volume spike right here, that's your first bit of support. Best case scenario, you come there, but I don't see you stopping there because you're now back in the volume area, the volume profile, value area range, so rotation at least the point of control. But I do like this coin, and this is good upside potential. Now, this is one coin that 2 cycles in a row has set all-time high. You can't say that. There's only, that I know of, there's only a handful of coins that have been around as long as Solana and have set all-time highs in both of the last 2 cycles, right? So if you did come to point of control, you could assume another all-time high, so another 2,000%. That's really good. It is too soon to tell on Solana, worst case scenario, because you haven't worked your way down here. When you do work your way down here, you're going to set some higher lows and stuff like that, so you'll be able to tell, you know, worst case scenario. It is too soon because Solana is still way up here. But you did just lose this swing level right here, so you're fixing to get into all this fast move down stuff. But I like the coin, and I would be a buyer. Matter of fact, I have an alert. Look, I have alerts set over here. So I am a buyer when we get down here. I do like the coin. I like the project. I think you could see all-time highs again. 20x potential here, but not from current price. Let's see. John says Aptos supposed to be one of the rising coins. Haven't really researched the company, just heard about them, so I was curious. Well, it might be a rising coin fundamentally, but technically it is definitely a falling coin. Kidding, bro. Not kidding. Worst chart. Oh, no. West Coast is holding some PI. I don't even know what PI is. Let's go look. Pi Network. Is that right? Or Pi Lion, or is that the same thing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is terrible. This has only been around for a year. Not even a year. About a year. This thing opened and has been straight down, guys. Gosh. This thing has not come up one nickel. It has opened and has dropped 95%. Sell it. There's not even a liquidity to have here. Well, let's see. I'm on the weekly. You don't even have weekly divergence here, even with these two lows. You got lower lows and momentum, lower lows and price action. If you're holding this, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if this went down another 90% from here. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Things must be pumping, guys. Coins are pumping, guys. Bitcoin's pumping. 68.3 on the bullish news. I hope you guys took that trade. Hope you guys paid attention to the news this morning. I did remind you this morning in the Discord to pay attention to this news report. Good job, those of you that took it. Let's see what we look like. Still have not broken that high, though. Not yet. Still have not broken the high. This could be a good short trade or a breakout trade. We look for a breakout bullish back test long. Yeah, Hogborn, yeah, for sure. If you want to short altcoins, you go short Pi Network or OP or Aptos. I would short any of those. Those look like they're going to near zero. Thanos said Bart pattern from earlier. Simu, there she is. Bangladesh in the house. Paul, alts and memes that weren't sold in December should absolutely be sold. Absolutely be sold. You might get a little bit of a rally right here. They're going to follow Bitcoin, and they're only going to follow Bitcoin about 3 times worse. So we are looking for, let's see if we get this S&P, guys. Hang on. We don't have divergences here, but you can still get a confirmed SFP trade here. There are no divergences here. They're not even the 1 minute. We can take a shot. Let's let it dance for a second. We did just SFP on the 1 minute. This is a little bigger level, though. I might want to see this 15-minute candle. This 15-minute candle closes a minute and 45 seconds. If we get an SFP on that 15-minute candle, we take a shot here. Yeah, you should sell for a loss. Absolutely take the loss. And it depends on where you're in at. Depends on, if you're in, hang on 1 second. Let me get back to you in 1 minute and 22 seconds. I want to see if we SFP this. Possible trade here. It's not really reaction you want to see. There are no divergences, none. Not even the 90-minute. So higher term, middle term frame, middle time frames, no dibs. Low time frame, no dibs. Not getting the reaction you want to see from an SFP. Not yet, anyway. Paul, do you have a particular coin you're talking about? If you give me the coin, I'll be glad to pull it up. Let me know your coin. I'll pull it up. 30 seconds here, guys. So far, no SFP. It's close. It's trying. So if you take the SFP, guys, if we do get it and you take it, your stop has to be above that high. It could still come for this high. You could technically put a stop above this high. 68.8. So probably about 68.9. You're going to wait until July to sell everything? If you let me know what coin, I will gladly take a look for you. I'm not going to trade this, guys. I'm going to wait and see if you come back and SFP this. If you SFP this high we just set with 1 minute divergence, then you should also take out this. So you look something like this, come out, take that, then hit the 1 minute divs, and you mitigate that at the same time. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So we looked at some of these the other day. We looked at SUI and injective render, and we did not look at VeChain. But hang on 1 second, dude. I will go pull at least one of these up. I'm going to show you why I think, in my opinion, holding to July is not a great idea. Let's just go to, what did we pull up yesterday, guys? SUI. Let me just give you an example, and I'll show you what I would do. And you got, I'm not knocking you, and I don't know what your mentality is, but you can't think that your coin is fixing a rebound. It's not. All right, so here we're looking at SUI, and let me just give you an example of why I think you'd be better off selling now, okay? We expect every coin to take out the October 10th low at a minimum. That comes right in at point of control. I don't know why my colors are like this. Comes right around point of control, so I think that's at a minimum, but you probably come to your value area low. I mean, you're just bouncing the range here, okay, on SUI. Your current price is, you're right at 95 cents, okay, and I'm just going to make up some numbers here. It doesn't really matter. You can do the math yourself, but you have $500 worth. I'll bring the calculator back in a second. You have $500 worth at 95 cents. If this thing comes down, which it's likely to, even if you just come to the, let's just say you come to the, take out your October 10th low right there and point of control, so you come down to like 55 cents. Let's just say, and that's best case scenario. I really think you come about 38 to 40 cents. Well, let's say you come to 55 cents, right? 55 cents, okay? You're currently at 95, okay? Let's call it $1 just to make it even numbers, okay? So you have $500 at $1. You're coming to 55. So if you sold right now for your $500, and then you came down to 55 cents and you rebought with that 500 bucks, you're going to have $900, okay? And let's not call it $1. We'll call it 95 cents. If you sold your $500 right now at 95 cents, you came to 55, just 55. And not counting the value area low, just came to 55, which we know you're coming to, okay? You're going to take out that low. You're not going to just turn around right here without hitting point of control. You've hit it every time you've come down here. You could rebuy at 55 cents for $909, 909 coins, excuse me. And then if you came back up to 95 cents, you're then making $863 instead of $500. So you're making almost double what you have now. And that's just if you came back to where you are now. So if you wait till July, first of all, we believe that we're going to be at the Brown Dirt Road well before then, right? And summers are notoriously down. So if you come down here, we plan to just get stuck down here for the summer and then move up and out sometime in the fall, winter-ish. So I just think no matter what, if you're waiting until summer, you're going to sell down here. And that's going to be for at least, and that's if you stop here, at least a 40% loss. So you're going to be selling that for $200 less. So your $500 is going to be $300. You're coming down, man. You are not going up from here. I mean, even if you're at $95 right now and you go to 95 cents, you go to 98 cents or $1, you're coming down. So holding to July, I still think you sell down here. You never before have we come down here and in the summer just rip back up. Never. Summers are always dead time. So you might as well sell now, take the loss, sell now, come back here, pick you up almost double the coins, and then ride back up. In my opinion, not financial advice. Ooh, Dagbor wants XLM. I haven't looked at XLM in a while. I owned a lot of XLM last cycle. A lot. And then XRP got in all that lawsuit trouble. And I kind of got off XLM. But I used to like XLM. It's just been kind of blah. Let's take a look, though. It's one of those coins. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. It just looks. This chart just looks boring to me, right? It just looks boring. I just don't. First of all, you come down. You know you're coming down. You see where you're coming down to. You're in a big volume gap right here. You see the volume gap, right? You're in a big volume gap. You're above point of control. You're below value area high. So you're at least, you see all the support here. Really good support. Really in this whole area right here. Really good support. So you're definitely coming to point of control. So you got at least 30% drop coming from current price. A 35% drop right there. That's if you stop right there. You could very well rotate all the way back down. I don't think you do rotate back down. These are your last bear market lows right here. So you didn't come all the way back down. So, but I do definitely think you come into point of control. So I would look for a minimum of about a 10 cent, anywhere in there, kind of 9-10 cents, 8 to 10 cents, somewhere in there. Let's call it a 10 cent. I would look for a 10 cent XLM. I just don't like it for upside potential. I just don't like it. I think there's a chart with more history here. Yeah, I knew there was. All right. I just don't like it. You set a high way back here in 2018, bear market, and I'm familiar with this coin. Like I said, I owned it last cycle. You're just setting these highs. You can see it. I mean, shit, they actually connect perfectly. We haven't come anywhere near back down here. So let's rethrow this on with the extra price action. But I'm going to omit this stuff because you haven't come back to it since you left. And you left that area like 9 years ago. So I just don't think it's as relevant. Same thing. I think you come to point of control. But if you're setting lower highs each cycle, this is the third complete cycle for it. Gosh, this could get nasty one day. Maybe not yet. XLM is propping this thing up. Once XLM is done, this thing, or XRP, once XRP is done, this thing's gone. But this could be setting up for a nasty Bart Simpson to one day bring it back down to zero. But not yet. It doesn't look like that yet. Just be aware. So I think you come down here 10 cents, and then you probably don't set a new high because you haven't set a high since 2018. You haven't set a new high in 8 years. I don't think you're going to set a new high. So probably something like that. Probably something like that. 10 cents to about worst case scenario, you probably come to value area high there, 35, 40 cents. So 10 cents to about 40 to 50 cents. So I think best case scenario out of XLM, you get a 4 to 5x out of it. It's not bad. It looks solid. It looks just like a coin we looked at a minute ago. I don't remember which one. But it just looked solid. It didn't look great. It didn't look bad. It just looked solid, like a solid investment. But you're not going to make the moonshot on this. And you do have some downside risk. But I think all that lawsuit stuff's over with. So, yeah, I just think you're going to just – this just seems to be the pattern of XLM, just bouncing this range, right? So it's a solid coin. You want to make a 4X? This is your coin. Set your buy orders at 10 cents. Set your sell orders at 40, excuse me. Set your buy orders at 10 cents. Your sell orders at 40 cents. In a couple years, you'll 4X your money. It's not bad. It's probably about what Bitcoin's going to do next time. Bitcoin's going to come down to about 40K, and it's going to go to about 175, maybe 200K next cycle. That's it, guys. You're not going to 500,000. Hate to break it to you. So this coin will probably perform about the same return on investment as Bitcoin if I had to guess. It's not bad. Yeah, Paul, 600 a few weeks ago. I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be 300 or less in about 3 more weeks, 3 to 4 more weeks. I'm telling you. I don't know if you were on stream yesterday. We kind of talked about our timeline for that stuff, but 3 to 4 more weeks, I think you're going to be significantly lower, and you're going to be wishing you'd sold here and then reaccumulated. If you reaccumulate that coin at all, then I think you're going to be wishing you had bought a month from now. So I'm with you. Look, dude, I sold yesterday. I sold everything. I'd already sold. I don't hold any altcoins right now. I can't believe I sold that. That's the one I just sold. It's cranking up too. I may have messed up on that sell. No, I'm just kidding. They're all coming back. But it is pumping. It is pumping. Look at this sucker pumping, guys. Fetch AI is pumping. Bitcoin pumping. Everything's pumping, guys. Bullish CPI news. Alerts are going off everywhere. Bullish CPI news, guys. I hope you guys took it. I really hope you guys took it. Told you guys to watch for it in Discord. This could bring us up. If we do come up, then this green box right here is probably going to be mitigated. Likely we just come up and take this, but we don't have to, guys. We could just bounce here. Look what we did last time. We literally just bounced here for a few weeks before we came on up. I had the fractal on here yesterday. I guess I deleted it. Let's go back and get it real quick. And I know just because we did it last time doesn't mean we have to get it this time. But let's go take a look. This is our fractal right here. I didn't get all of it. It comes down and sets a new low, but I just got what we need to look at for now. All right, so this is the fractal. The one I just showed was on the daily. This is the on the weekly. This is the fractal on the daily. We can kind of see. You just kind of danced around like this for a little while, guys. Like this. Very similarly. I know it's not the right size. You get the point. just like this. You came up to about where we are here, and then just kind of you continued to wave on down here, guys. Look, I'll draw it on the blue, and then we'll remove it and see what that looks like. You set in this little descending channel, just like this. So I drew that outline on the blue. Now let's remove the blue, which is last cycle, and see what that looks like now. It's almost exact. It's almost exact. And if this holds up, then we're still going to be in this for about another week, week and a half. Now, it doesn't have to work out in the same amount of days, but look how dang spot on that is. Look at that. Drew the orange lines, remove it. It's bouncing the same channel. So we'll see. We'll see. Paul just found us a few weeks ago. Yeah, yesterday was a pretty good one. As far as alts go, we covered a lot of the alts. Paul, should you wait for a bounce? This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for right here. I'm looking for something very exact to this. So could you get a little more bounce? Sure. Sure. But you're fixing to try to pick up 40, 50% more. So you're really trying to get a... I always tell folks, you know, and I'm not you're crying, but don't, there's an old saying, don't cry over pennies when you're making dollars, right? So you're looking to pick up 30 to 50% by rebuying down here. Don't try to risk squeezing out another % or two right here when you're fixing to make 40, 50% down there. You know, yeah, it could go up 2, 3, 4, 5%. Sure, maybe. Maybe. But what if it doesn't? You know, and then you're selling down here to rebuy down here and you're only making 10%. I don't know. Could it go up? Sure it could. I'm expecting it to go up before it goes down, but does it have to? No, it doesn't have to. I'm expecting it to, but not much. Not much. You see what I'm looking for? Here's my target on Bitcoin. You're already almost there. Now, alts could go a greater percentage, but Bitcoin's only 5-ish% from this target. So alts could go 5%, 10%. Yeah, sure. But then we're expecting significant downside, so I would sell if it was me. You've held this entire time waiting on a bounce, waiting on a bounce, waiting on a bounce. Nothing looks like you're fixing to bounce any bit higher than this right here. Right? We talked about it yesterday too. Like I could see if we were looking at the macro here. I'm back on Bitcoin. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to a cleaner chart. So I could see if we were here on Bitcoin and I'm on the weekly chart and some of this stuff was starting to look bullish down here, but it's not. You've got, I mean, your momentum waves, the white is wide open here, wide open to the downside. Could it come up a little? Sure. You're just getting into the red on the weekly money flow. Look how last time you entered, look how long you stayed in the red. And that was nothing but prolonged downside. You see that right there? Prolonged downside. Did you have a couple little bounces in there? Sure, but it was prolonged downside. This is months worth. Months. Almost a year, in fact. Same thing last time you came to the red before that. Like you were down here for months. Even this little dip right here in the red, you were down there November through January, so for 2 to 3 months. We just got in the red a couple weeks ago. So I anticipate us being here for a while. So I wouldn't worry about those 2, 3, 4, 5% when you're trying to pick up 30, 40, 50%. For me. That's how folks wind up missing trades. Yeah, it's I think it was a pretty informative show yesterday. All right, guys. Any other alts? Anything anybody wants me to take a look at before we get out of here? Anything? I know we got busy talking about alts, so I didn't even check to see if we got that bullish back test on this Bitcoin breakout that we talked about. Yeah, we got it. We absolutely got it. But I didn't watch for it. Sorry guys. I didn't watch for it. Got it. Broke it out. Bullish back test. Pull it up and away. All right, guys. Any other alts? It's been a pretty good show, I think. We're doing nothing. Even this pump, people get excited about stuff like this, but you're really just doing a whole lot of nothing. I did want to show you this micro strategy, not to FUD up the market again, but look at this chart. Look how awful it looks. It looks just like Bitcoin, guys. If you break this zone right here, you're fixing a dump. MicroStrategy is fixing a dump hard if you break this zone. It's the same zone that Bitcoin is chopping around in. If MicroStrategy breaks this, they might be forced to sell because this is a good imbalance. This is not real support. I mean, the next real support is kind of like right in here. This could get ugly fast for MicroStrategy. If MicroStrategy gets ugly, Bitcoin's going to get way worse. I could see an issue. MicroStrategy has just so many Bitcoin. I don't know that this would happen, but I could actually see a scenario where MicroStrategy gets in bad trouble and the government steps in to bail them out in exchange for maybe half their Bitcoin. I could see that. Either way, it would be bearish AF for the market temporarily. You'd see all kinds of fear, people leaving the market. You guys should keep an eye on this chart, this MicroStrategy chart. It is not good. If you come back and lose this low that they set last Friday, if you come lose that low right there, it's going to get bad for MicroStrategy. And that's going to be very bad for crypto. All right, guys. Yeah, missed the fetch AI pump. That's all right. It's coming back. It's all coming back, guys. Don't worry about that. All right, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a great weekend. We are out. I'll be in